goes by.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Sea of Thieves video. My name is Cynical, or Sin, whatever you want to call me. If this is your first time checking out the channel, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe. And if you are returning, what's going on? Welcome back. How have you been? So before we get into the video, I want to let you listening to this video know right now that I'm giving away an Obsidian 6-pack. All you need to do to be eligible is leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your gamer tag down below. Make sure you've done all those steps, as I will be checking before I reach out to the winner. The winner will be announced on Discord. Feel free to check it out, linked down in the description. Also, share the video with your friends for an extra entry. So, without further ado, you want to know how to improve your Sea of Thieves ability using hotkeys to your advantage. This is the place for you. No more time wasting. Let's get directly into the video. There's going to be marked timestamps in the comments, whether you're on PC or controller. Enjoy. So, here we are in the game, and we're going to start this off by talking about the mouse and keyboard hotkeys. So, of course, we're on the QWERTY layout, as everyone should be. All of this up here is quite normal, okay? Until we get to this, because I've bound my walk into my push to talk, so I can talk to people in game. The really important ones, though, are a little bit further down. None of this stuff in interaction is really anything we need to change. But when we get over to this section, the inventory section. So the first main one you want to change if you do have this ability. Now, I do stress if you have this ability, you're going to want to do this. You need a Logitech mouse I have, but any mouse with side buttons. You can get them for fairly cheap at any of your local equipment stores. But what you want to do is you want to bound your weapon swap, if you are a double gunner like myself, to your buttons. So as of now, if you do have the game default, you'll notice that it's going to be your scroll wheel. We need that space for something a little bit more important. Believe it or not, there's more important things than your weapons. So if you do band them to mouse button 1 and mouse button 2, you can get in the habit of just slightly moving your thumb to change weapons, and you can also swap really quickly as well. I'll quickly demonstrate here about how quickly I can shoot just with we got the easy changes. It's really quick to change. And I've already got that out. So that's one of the pros of that as well, but you do need it because we're going to use the scroll wheel for something else. Anyway, as I mentioned, the first thing here, weapons 1 and 2, change it to mouse button 1 and mouse button 2. Harpoon doesn't matter too much about what you do. Quest book doesn't matter either. Rowboat doesn't matter at all. Come down to item shortcuts. You know how I mentioned we've got the mouse wheel or something else? We have the mouse wheel scroll down as your bucket grab. This is going to make things like bilging a lot easier. It's 10 times easier to keep your boat afloat using this shortcut. Also notice a bit further down, we do have mouse wheel scroll up as the wooden plank as well. So you can activate your wooden plank and your bucket just by using your mouse. The scroll wheel is the easiest way to do this. Staying in the same section, you'll notice how food here is bound to C. So if you do rest your hand on a keyboard, you'll notice that your thumb naturally rests over the space bar. That's not too far away from the C key. So it's a real simple slide up that you can do while still pressing spacebar to pull out your food. I find this to be really essential. I use it more than any other hotkey in any game. This is beautiful. If I'm getting swiped by some food or if I'm getting swiped by a sword and I need food, I can easily just hit C, crunch on a pineapple, and I'll be full health and I'll have the chance to reset and try and take them down. The other one that's really important too is Throwables. The only downside with putting it onto Y is it's right next to your talk. So when you are trying to pull out a throwable, you could accidentally pull up your type menu and be absolutely screwed from a fight. I don't do it too often, but it is definitely something that will happen when you are learning this hotkey. Moving down, we don't have too much going on here. I think the main thing you need is pretty much what I previously mentioned. If you are a streamer or a content creator or whatever you are, this is pretty useful as well. You can toggle your HUD to a number pad number. That way you can just turn your HUD on and off. You know, if you look in the top left-hand side of the screen, you'll see it goes on and off. That's really the only use of that. So they are the essential hotkeys you need for the PC. So now moving over to my gamepad friends. Don't worry, this isn't going to be as long. This one's pretty simple. So you can pretty much do this however you want, and I'm assuming you don't have an Elite controller. Of course, if you do have an Elite controller, you'll notice that there's going to be things that are quite easier since they do have those back pedals, but this is just for the standard normal controller user. So The one thing you're really going to want, and I mean you're going to want this more than anything else, is you're going to want to have your food bound to something really easy to grab onto. So as you can see, most of these things around here are pretty much empty. You want to go ahead and turn that food into the right stick button. So essentially when you click down your right stick, you can pull out your food like that. This is really easy. Say if you're killing someone or you want to try and fight someone, and then you're running, you can quickly go ahead and press your right stick and you can crunch down on your food. Now, you'll also notice I've got it unbound at the moment, but you'll see that we, where are we? We'll see that we do have the ability to go ahead and bound your bucket to something. This one, I like to bound to my D-pad. So it's the same mentality as the PC. D-pad to the right will get me the bucket. And if we go down a little bit further, you'll notice that the planks here, D-pad to the left. Now I do have throwables bound to D-pad up. You can pretty much put whatever you want there. Some things I would recommend is doing something like a lantern or even a compass as well, but I do have throwables since this is a quite valuable asset to have if you are PvP focused. But the main ones to bring home is D-pad to the right for bucket, D-pad to the left for your wooden planks, throwables at D-pad up. Meaning if you need to build quickly, you can just go ahead and hit D-pad, and you need to heal, right stick, and there's no menu required at all. Hopefully that helps for the PC gamers who are on the mouse and keyboard, and of course the controller gamers who are playing on either PC or Xbox.